every city basically was a star city. It had these stars around them, but they were all walled, but also cymatic shapes. These are the moats, we're told, right? Because we're all taught that castles and, were these square buildings with a moat. But when we can see them from above, there's these intricate cymatic patterns, and clearly you can see why we call them star forts, because they look like stars.
So here's one in Portugal, one of the star forts, the huge amount of terraforming around it. Amazingly, this one is still in pretty much pristine condition compared to the destruction of most of the ones you find today.
Piano notes. As you can see, these are all cymatic. A sharp, B, C, and they're all these cymatic shapes. These are cathedral windows, this line here. These are, rose windows, they're all in cathedrals. And these are cymatic patterns, which are created through frequency, so either harmonics or intention. Down here we have, this is our DNA, so these are fractals or cymatic patterns of our DNA. This is what we get when it's good intention. We get these perfect, geometrical shapes, and when it's bad intention, we get this goop. So this is like a polluted river, and this is like a clean river. And so if we tie this back to the cathedrals that have got these windows, and they're connected to the ether with all these spires, and then what else do we have in cathedrals but these things called organs, right? I mean, have these things called organs in our body, and the DNA, cymatic is the same as some frequencies in these windows. So what this is all looking like is these are healing factors, or not even healing, wellness, I guess, just to keep people well. They're pumping out frequencies.
You can literally Google any city of the old world from the 1600s and back, and it will come up in these star fort shapes, and every single one is like Venice, and there's canals everywhere. Those were the highways of the time, but they were also so much more, with all of like this hidden technology, infrastructure, and buried history.
And you can see this one again, always these big cathedrals in the cities, but here's one of the stars, right, or batteries attached into the wall. And there's even another one of these more sort of irregular shaped ones out here, but they always have these stars attached, to these star cities. And again, the canals, and you can see this is a big island kind of thing as well. But the thing is with water's free energy. You float a boat, you use the current, right? The current.
How about the water wheels? What are water wheels? Water wheels are harnessing electrical power. Electricity just as much as it was the physical power and mechanical power that they used out of it. What's to say that windmills and water wheels weren't actually generating hydroelectric and wind power a few 500 years ago?
This is a drawing. This is New York City, right? Battery Park is because this is what was there, a battery. A battery, exactly. That has a very abrupt end, but I'm used to it. And yes, I do need to make some more intros. And I shall. Good afternoon, morning, and evening, wherever you may be on the realm. Thank you for joining us. 98 of you. Come on, two. We need two more. Come on. Give me two. Give me two. Come on. Legs 11. Oh, God. Still at 98. Oh, well. Share this around quickly. If there's someone near with a phone, tap them on the shoulder, tell them to tune in and get us to 100. And we often get that, don't we? The music is too high over the narration. I think it's perfect myself, but then again, I did make it.
I like it. I think it's.
How are you, Mr. Bernie?
Good. The Autodidactic Alchemist duo are back. I slept for a good 18 hours.
Back.
So not sleep deprived.
Yes, we were supposed to be on yesterday. I sent the messages. I was ready to go, and Bernie was snoring his head off.
Indeed. And now I'm here.
All right, 106. Woohoo! We are.
Right there.
And of course, again, Bernie had a big chat with, finally, Dutch Sense, and I was asleep, and I missed out.
Right?
So
I know.
We're going to have like a boxing match.
I pirate radioed your channel as well as Dirtis's while you guys
He even streamed it on my channel, and I wasn't even there.
I know, right? But
Jeez,
the
you could
good
have
news
phoned me
is
in the middle of the night and waking me up.
we have a date with him, and it's a special date of Valentine's date that I'll make the event for.
Ooh.
He's confirmed with us, so we'll have Paul Cook, yourself, myself, Stellium's allowed welcome back, as well as Ancient Theoria there, and we'll also have to have Zerdus because, of course, well, it's Zerdus, and I hijacked his channel too, so you guys got to be on there. But yeah, Dutch was saying he had...
Zerdus. Oh no, Zerdus wasn't on it, was he? That's right.
No, yeah.
No, gosh. Well, he must be as annoyed as me.
Right?
2-on-1 match, man.
It's okay, though.
Yeah, so awesome. Well, let's have another one. Let's not make it at 3 a.m. my time. And
No.
3 or 4 hours later would be good.
Dutch is like a genius like no other. I nerd out. It's
I was listening to it, and you get this perception that like he's the geology dude, right? And he knows all about all that kind of, but he was just going into bloody everything, wasn't he? Microwaves and antiquities and all the science and literature. Whoa. Smart dude.
Hardcore tech science guy, dude.
Well, at least I'm doing well. Like they say never be the smartest person in the room. So I think I'm doing well in that sort of regard. I'm finding myself feeling very, very not smart in a lot of these conversations. Just go, what I've wasted my life.
Not at all, because you're here now, right? So it's like you have to do all those chapters to get here now to now be able to appreciate these things.
Exactly.
And
so today we're going to have a look at some antiquitech, and it's because in the Dutch interview there was that photo, and we've all seen, I think it's from Russia, but we've all seen heaps of them with the power poles with all the little like Bakelite, what are they called, porcelain, sort of resistors and things on them. Yeah, and the arrays. Yeah, and so he was basically saying that on this, it was more of one of those sort of net sort of wire arrays that we see. And he was saying that NASA launched, what did they launch? I didn't even get the picture of that. I hope you did. Launched some, what was it, a microwave receiving antenna or something? And it looked exactly the same.
Like that. I am also going to have to rewatch that. I've rewatched about half of it before I finally fell asleep. But
that's
great news.
Problem when you're in the interviews, you miss half of it. You got to watch them back.
I always rewatch them at least twice. So it's like third time's the charm. And I finally figured out how to edit a bit. If you've noticed, I have all these shortcuts coming out the last few days. There's going to be a whole bunch more. So I've at least now figured out just cut pieces of the streams and put them up. The next part is going to be actually editing like intros, outros, and all of the putting in reference pictures, as well as cutting out all the audio glitches and stuff like that.
Are you using Wondershare?
No, I'm not using anything other than StreamYard yet. So I gotta get that program you told me about.
Oh, you can. Oh, that's right. You can edit in StreamYard, can't you? I forgot about that.
All sorts of new editing features.
That sucks.
Yeah, you gotta watch.
So maybe I can start using that. Save yourself some money.
Jeez.
Which I need to do. Right. It's no good spending money on a business when you're not bringing much in. Bloody YouTube. What are your stats like for this month? Like, are they low? Have you noticed?
Horrible. They trimmed them extra
Mine
hard.
Are literally half.
I woke up after the Dutch interview, and all of a sudden they've suspended my YouTube monetization on the one little channel that they allowed it, and now it's all like frozen and like, yay!
I couldn't believe it. I was doing well, and I was slowly getting, high, getting slow, very slowly more views. And then January hit, and half. I'm at about half of what I normally do, and it's just like, what? Why? Explain it to me. So I sent them a message. Please explain. Why are you shadow banning? So anyway, that's my rant. Bloody boss. No one likes it. Boss.
They want us to pay for advertising, the savages. They're like, please give us thousands of dollars so then your video will be played.
Yeah, so I mean we've been talking about it for a while, but it might be time to put that big push into Rumble, because they're doing a big push in advertising, trying to get revenue to their creators and stuff.
One of my Rumble channels,
that's all we need,
reached 100 subscribers, so I'm able to finally, I think, start live streaming on that. I'm gonna figure that out this week. But the thing with Rumble that's confusing is
I need to look at that too.
My channel that I created, it then like makes you create another channel, so it's like the stuff that comes from my YouTube is under like one name, and then it's like everything else is under like another name, and then it makes you get subscribers for both and stuff, and it's like, so I actually have 4 Rumble channels. It's so freaking weird.
You got 4? I think I've got 3, and I'm very confused. So I've gone in and they've literally got the same stuff on them, but one's got like 5,000 subs and one's got like 1,000 or something, and then I actually spent a day trying to
figure it
turn
all
into
out.
one channel, and it just was too much. So, growing pains, but that's all right. We'll get there. Salty Crack is doing well.
Watched
a bit of his stream the other day, and he had 30,000 people
watching live. I know, it's crazy.
Yeah. And that's just on Rumble. He's also on Odyssey and all these other platforms. So
I actually watched some live streaming on Odyssey the other day too. So I think I'm almost halfway to 100 on Odyssey. So please, the 2 Odyssey channels, go subscribe. Links are in the descriptions, as well as the 2 Rumbles, so we can start streaming full time on there. And then with Twitch, so I'm gonna start doing music along with the experiments and stuff when they're running for 12 hours, and then also have in one corner of it Dutch's 24-hour earthquake forecaster thingy, and then what we'll start doing is on the science days on the weekends and stuff, when with Mike and others, Jeremiah and stuff, when we start working in the mornings and going into the nights and stuff, it'll be live on Twitch the whole time, and then we'll probably also either start them on Rumble or on Odyssey, or at least end them for a couple hours afterwards on Odyssey and Rumble, as well as on Twitch, and keep them going while also doing 2-hour segments on YouTube of the full regular shows.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to look into the whole live streaming thing on them as well, because I might have to do the old Salty Crack and do the first half on YouTube, let people know you're live, and then turn it off and say, come and watch me on Rumble.
Well, exactly. That's why it's we're gonna start it just doing setup and stuff like that live, running half the day or all day on the other ones, and then have the pre-programmed, pre-advertised YouTube times that are we'll start setting them in stone times each week for the programs, and then make scheduling a lot easier and everything like that, running consistent shows and different programs.
So I'm just trying to be clever like everyone else, and actually show what we're talking about, but I'm late. I'm late to the show, man. So, in case you don't know, what is Rumble? This is Rumble. Rumble.com. It's basically like YouTube and Odyssey. And I don't know what's happened to BitChute. I gave up on BitChute after the 100th video didn't upload. But
I want to go back and check that. Shout out, Craig.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
See if they've fixed it.
Gift received. Well received today. Thank you, Headley Man.
All video. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. So there you go. All my videos go up automatically.
Right there.
How many
Right already.
have I had? 58 views.
Back. Nice. Attaboy.
So, you know, I'm getting views. Obviously, nothing like YouTube, but yeah, we're going to have to, because they do have monetization. I think I've made like 3 cents or something. Let's see. Give away my business secrets. Oh, hang on. It's just telling me they're monetized. Oh, maybe I've made no money. Oh, well. Anyway, go and subscribe to Rumble. And what's yours called? Crypto Alchemist? Is that your Rumble, Burn?
Hijacked you. I already had it up. I was slow to the game. I should have just shown. So one is Burn Eye, Third Eye Science Guy. And then, right, because it's like
I've got mine's Third Eye Science Guy. I've got Alchemy, Fringe Science, Occult, and Esoteric Knowledge.
Oh, see, this Burn Eye guy has.
And Burn Eye, Third Eye Science Guy. So basically, if you just
go back.
Oh, here they are.
Yeah, you got them. There
Put
you
in
go.
Crypto Alchemist in Rumble, and they've all popped up. You can see he's got three or 4 channels there. So and Zertus is there as well. So there you go. Go across and someone called Man. Oh, is that me? That's probably
that is you.
Channel.
Yeah, your channel is called Man. Yes.
And that is, of course, because I am the man.
The man, yes.
But that's racist, as we all know. My pronouns are actually hey and you over there.
Right? Oh, get it right. Come on.
So there we go.
Oh, see, here we go.
All right. Oh, am I still? Yeah, I still was. Oh, hang on.
You were
sharing. Okay, there we go. Oh, did I stop you sharing? I think I did.
And then.
All right. Do you want to show your
Odyssey, right?
You're doing
Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Right. Make sure you go to Odyssey. Yeah, we got all the ones in Odyssey and 39. Geez, my Odyssey numbers are down.
Oh, you definitely need some more. So if all 167 of you go across and subscribe, he will hit 200 subs.
Let's see the Rumble.
107.
107 on that one.
I'm pretty sure is it on the Rumble yet.
But then it's like on this one, and
that's
how
the
many
thing. Then you have like other channels. I couldn't work it.
I got 1 view.
65.
You got one. All right. Nice. Who wants to be second?
Oh man, that means I'm going to make 65 times more money. And as I'm making nothing but video, that means you make about the same.
Nothing.
But yeah, so yeah, we're going to have to start making the move. I think we've all been talking about this, and we all been saying, don't support the system. So yes, move across with us as we make the move and leave Mrs. Wajiki sitting on her big fat Wajiki.
Indeed. And on that note, do you want to show your photos, or shall I show some of mine?
Ooh. Tell you what, mate, you show me yours, I'll show you mine. Ooh.
So who's going first?
Let's see. I've got some up here. We can jump in. I'll do mine. Share screen. Window. Okay, so this is a picture. This is Sydney. Check out these domes, man. You know, just while we're looking, right? Look at all these belfries along here.
Domage. That looks pretty
That's like Sydney.
Moorish right there.
Doesn't it? Yeah, especially this sort of bit. Yeah.
Look at
even here, all the decoration around the arches.
That tower, my man. That power.
This is why I got it, because of this. So this is. Yeah, so this is what we were talking about. I mean, apart from the fact that, see, there's a pole in the middle of the road here, which is literally in between the what look like buried tram tracks, right? We've got tram, see, or trolley.
This
Is it
guy
trolleys
just
that are
got
down in
beer.
America?
It's a beer wagon.
This guy's got his beer. Is it? Oh, is it? Maybe he's washing the road.
I know it's probably
It looks like,
fire water.
if it's
but
beer, then
hey,
someone's going to be annoyed. Yeah, someone will be very annoyed when he gets to the pub. But yeah, look at these poles up the middle of the road. Interesting. But yeah, this. So we see these everywhere with these little ceramic. What are they? Burning insulators. I don't know.
yeah,
We'll see them
insulator.
everywhere,
Yeah.
and you'll.
I should know the word. I think you're close with insulators.
Oh, these. Okay, these must be holding up. The power for the trams.
Oh, tram
See the
line
wires? So they'd be like,
Gotcha.
the Dodgem cars. So they'd have like an antenna, like a
So-
Dodgem car.
There's wires for the tram, but then there's barely any on all
trams.
of those
Now,
different.
It looks like there's wires, but it doesn't look like, there's many, does it? Doesn't look like there's enough for all of this. It looks like there's one at the top here, and that's really all, or maybe a few underneath it. But down here, you can't, there's nothing coming off any of these that I can see. It could be the photo, I don't know. But that's kind of what sparked this video, is those and these, which we see as well.
Yeah, like that's a straight antenna.
You see a lot of them on top of buildings.
It's not for hanging clothes.
And I mean, what other explanation? What's that doing on a church, on a cathedral, in what, 1900 or prior, probably 1890, 1880? What's that doing there? What's the explanation? It's,
Yeah, it's like, no, it's not a it's not a snow fence, and it's not for hanging the nuns' clothes to dry.
Is that what they say, a snow fence?
Yes,
Is that one of their explanations? Like on the pitch of the roof, so that when the snow hits, instead of sliding down the other side pitch, it slides down this side, because that's what you need to do. What? I mean, that's a retarded thing.
Usually in the mountains.
Yeah,
it's a bit crazy. Look at that.
What do you think this is?
Definitely.
I mean, it's almost
energy.
It's almost like it looks like the top of a dome, right? That top bit could be like an antenna, with resonators on it. Then underneath, it's been held up, and underneath that, we've got like a dome, right?
Right.
And with the 4 pillars around it, the 4 poles around it that we always see.
Very true.
So is
like
that something
more
that's
of a handheld mobile collector device?
Yeah, or maybe you just ding this resonator and it starts something.
Oh,
going up
that's
here,
actually really fascinating idea. Sounds generate, like sound. That's, we need to test this.
You're like amplifying it up and tuning it in, and it could be an anti-troll device, right? We know that they used to use church bells, right, to keep the trolls away, because the trolls didn't like it. Oh, this is a I just put this in because it was interesting, a pianola, I think. But look, again, this is like the 1700s, and look at the level of engineering that's gone in here. Like, this isn't something you just slap up. And there's clearly metal in this, even though people go, "Oh, look, this is wood." We don't know, but clearly, like this bar here,
indeed,
that's not wood.
It's most likely,
and not to mention this drum here, right, with all the bits that's plicking off the music. That's clearly. And then we've got metal, like on a organ pipes, and of course someone blowing, right? So
saying what? Like, how is wind?
Yeah, I don't know what that machine is, right?
How is the witch of the wind blowing on it, powering? Interesting.
Don't know. Isn't it? I mean, wow, imagine if they were using the wind power stuff. Of course, we have a monstrance.
Or plasma.
And the twin pillars.
I wonder if in the fog maybe the
Of course,
mist
we've got our
might activate.
Christian cross here. And then we get pictures like this. So this is Nuremberg, you reckon? Looks German. Germany. And we like what? Like what? I want to hear the explanation, the mainstream explanation for this.
Right,
that is clearly.
And then the two behind it as well.
It's clearly. Yeah, look at this one, man. This thing here is insane. Of course, it's got its little mercury ball at the top of the tower. Of course, no, it's a church.
Definitely just picture both of those things lighting up, and it's just they had to blow it up,
isn't it? And this one's even got like a Faraday cage around it.
Exactly. Like, look at.
And of course, not to mention, how big it is. Look at these people, right? So, they're probably
just like looking at it like, what the is this thing?
Yeah, look how tall it is. And how intricate, like everything. I mean, they're not the best resolution pictures, unfortunately, but you can see, the intricacy in them is just ridiculous. And not to mention that, it looks like one of the monstrances we see, right? Just a big version.
Just a giant fractal.
And we get these weird pictures.
Oh God, yes. Can you zoom in on this one? I was needing one of these. This literally is showing the electrical differentials from the atmospheric electricity. Like, do we have a date for this bad boy?
Exactly.
You're gonna have to send me a copy.
No, what have I got? No, going. Yeah, I'll send you a copy. I don't. That was a. I could. There, we can do a reverse image search for it and find where it's come from. But yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like we've got the energy, and you can see with this drawing that the shape, and that's an interesting part, right? The shape of these buildings, that dome bell shape.
Exactly.
See what it's doing with the energy waves? It's pushing them up. Converge them up at the antenna where it can be drawn in.
With like the garden gazebo. It's the fact that it's the gazebo and it's showing this, that they're taking the atmospheric energy into account with a gazebo. Like,
yep, exactly. And they're everywhere, right? So and all gazebos now, they still have the spires on them, don't they? But they're just wood now.
They do. And look at how they're condensed right at the top, and it's like they were going into each of those different areas where the spire thingies were splitting and coming out.
And this is from Paradise Lost.
Yeah, this is an artist.
I'm guessing this is sort of Tower of Babel. And then we have, looks like the realm up here, right? But look, it's on top of what? An Antiquitech cathedral thing, right?
Indeed.
So I mean, it's an interesting, but yeah, I think this is more. The angel taking out the aliens, man.
I think this is. I was literally thinking that this was coming from, goodness, the Golden Compass, His Dark Materials, season 3, and I was like, why didn't they use that? And then there's the UFOs and angels fighting. I'm like, oh, they did use part of it. That's hilarious.
Up here, some Baphomet sitting up the top there. Spiral Eye.
Ooh.
Massive cities.
Here. No like.
Yeah, man. The spheres. So I mean that's just kind of interesting alchemical thing. Now I don't know if this is real. Like, what do you think? Is this a real? Like, what is what is that?
This could be. It's like either it is an edited one.
It kind of looks like two pictures that have been.
But they could be claiming that, and this is like the only remaining of one that was. and who knows?
Well, that's the thing. We just don't know, right? Because when you
They
zoom
wanted to
in,
mess
I
with
mean,
it,
there's
just
kind of a dark, I guess, patch around here, but it's not bad, you know. Photoshop. You can't really see any joint, but who knows, right? And this is kind of where we are with all this, you know, AI stuff going on at the moment, isn't it? Like, but like you said, this literally could have been what they were all like, because one thing we do see in the old cities is none of them have got roofs on them, and this thing doesn't have a roof on it. So who knows?
good point.
So it's
Good point. And I suspect that they did at least at one point have a whole bunch of these. Whether this one's a real photo or not, it's like they were planning them absolutely everywhere. There are some of them remaining everywhere, like in Japan. Like the fact that they built a replica one in Vegas of the original. There's one in England, a couple in Germany, I think. Like they're all over the place.
Yeah. And this one says the Tower, New Brighton. So I'm guessing that's England. Not to mention the size of these chimneys in the background, these stacks. But anyway, bit on geometry. This is from Electric History.
And it's like he's building a magnetron at the bottom there, the basics of one almost. You got mirrors in there.
Yeah, right.
Interesting.
So he's talking about the different measurements and stuff. So
the sound
I sort of say this, I'm going to have to try and find the book that it came from, because it looks like it's about construction, right? Or at least, you know, people finding the ruins and you know, mapping out the geometry of them and stuff. And they look giants, because this is a very small Colosseum. Oh, look. And they're brick.
And they already have holes in them, and they're old, and they're old like the Colosseum.
Look, the Three Musketeers, right? 1600s, at least. In Iconismus, whatever that means. Now this one, a collection of such signals and badges used in Torns Inns. So that basically these are different symbols that are put on buildings, right? We obviously know, you know, the fleur-de-lis, but I mean, they all look like they've got to do with energy to me. We've got the angel down here. We've got the keys. We've got the sun. We've got the, what does Biggs call that? The asterix or something? Flat Earth asterix. And the crown. What is the crown? Because the thing is, we're told crowns are just, you know, head size, right? Human head size. But we've got so many photos of these massive crowns on arches, in buildings, on top of domes. So I'm wondering if they're all different symbols, like either symbols or different, you know, ways to draw down the energy. I don't know, but
plasma arc, I think, because you see it a lot on the tops of the bells as well as the crowns, especially, but like where the focal point of energy goes almost. Look at that one. These were everywhere too. Like, what is that supposed to be?
Faraday cage, man. And look, see this, whatever this pipe is? See, it's connected at the bottom, goes up into some kind of thing. Double eagle at the top.
Let me take
so yeah, that's, I mean, clearly that's a Faraday cage, but it looks like it's on a well or something. So I don't know, you know, it's clear, it's clearly part of some, you know, system, right?
Big time, like that's straight tech. There's no doubt about it. And dark crystal, that thing with like the hose coming out, it's like it looks like it's gonna take your essence and suck the soul right out of
it. Yeah, right. Suck it back into the cage, man. And I mean, not to mention, how do they make this wrought iron cage, right? I mean, what are we here, 1880s again, way back in the past. There's no, but they're whacking out cages like this. And no doubt, I mean, that would have been the orphans having to make it, right? Because they're the only ones working in factories. So yeah, big crowns, right? On top of cages. This is obviously water, But again, the crown and the crown with the Globus crucifix, is that what it's called? Gosh,
I believe
which is the same
so.
that we see on top of that one. See, same thing. And that's of course the Knights of Malta cross on that. Same up here, right? Globus with the Knights of Malta. And look, these are all double-headed eagles spitting out water in a spiral. I mean, so is this again? Is this alchemical? Is this trying to show us movement and stuff?
Oh, definitely with the black and white, the pillars. That's definitely deeply encoded. Deeply encoded alchemical for sure. And yeah, those cages were probably mostly iron, but some copper in them, I'd guess.
So, I mean, these are looking, you know, we see stuff like this, right? I mean, not this intricate, but we see these big pillars with statues on top. And here, I mean, is this showing us how they're making these columns that we see in bits? Because, you know, when we see these columns, you can clearly see that they're not solid columns. They're made from, you know, bits that have been stacked up on each other. But pretty interesting geometry here. Got a peacock up there. Now this, what's going on here? Is this some kind of frequency, sound?
It's
right?
got
Are these
to
pumping
be
out sound? Because see, they've both got this little box thing at the top, and see, it looks like a
looks
like a bust of
your daily news.
That looks like Caesar, and that looks like a bird. Yeah, exactly right. So what is that? Is that some kind of like a news service, or is it you know, is this you know, with the right part of the system pumping out good vibes, maybe? You know, and then you just take it over and start to exactly turn off the good vibes.
I don't know. The guy down there with the sword in the club, I don't know if he's necessarily good vibes.
He's getting hammered with it. These guys are okay. Oh,
is that guy like carrying a head? Oh my god, what's the guy walking there with?
I don't know. I'm hoping it's his hat. Let's go with hat, then it won't be so morbid. Just more random pictures, which I'll have to send to Bernie. They look very alchemically, or
yes.
This one down the bottom here is interesting. Got a water wheel that's pumping a bellows.
Yeah.
See the air shooting out the end.
Yeah.
And up here, even these are bellows as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So okay, that's interesting, isn't it? Wow. So what were they? Yeah, and okay, so here's another crown.
Wow.
Right, look at this. That's a crown, right?
That's crazy.
And this is a shot from the world. This is France. France World Fair. I think it's 1881. This one, but yeah, these crowns, right? This, and this is what we see everywhere. It's the shape that's repeated, right? Just like the symbols are repeated. It's the shape of them. You know, whether they're head sized or this size, right? It's the same tech. It's the same thing, just micro and macro. Just like we see with the monstrances and the cathedrals. This is just random because look at the levels under here, man. You know, we always see these palaces, right?
Right, like
with these sloping sort of stairways and bits, but look what's under here. A whole nother level.
Probably multi-levels for blocks.
Yeah, well, I would say so. I'd say it keeps going down, yeah. And here's another one of these.
Yeah, look at that.
Arrays. All right.
Straight arrays. and
then look what's underneath it. You know, we've got this cylinder with a little dome on it with a little ball on the top of it.
All right, like.
But I don't have the picture that Dutch showed, but he was talking about how he had a different array, but it was pointed at like the cathedral, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And
This
it looked
is.
like there was almost one on the cathedral too.
Mm,
Like, look at those, and this is like all abandoned. And look at still probably
abandoned, man. Yep, see all the
half
ones.
working in Tiquitech.
Mm. And look at this. I mean, look what's on the top here, man. And this is, this is the thing, right? We're supposed to believe, that. I mean, I don't know what the date exactly on this is. Most of this stuff they tell us, 17, 1800s it was built. Of course, it's all red brick. And they put all this time and effort and design and everything into building these amazing structures, and then they just leave them, just abandon them. There are so many abandoned
And they're still
old world
standing.
buildings. It's ridiculous. And look and it looks strong as, it's lost its facade, but doesn't look like it's about to fall over.
No, not even like close, and still a mercury ball on top of it. See, look, is this like another one of those Paris towers, another Eiffel Tower style that this is coming off of? Like, what is that? The top of even?
Yeah, I don't. It actually does look like it might be France, because France doesn't have any skyscrapers. I mean, it really could be anything, I guess, from the. But yeah, I mean, it just shows you this. I mean, look at the size of this thing, and I don't even know how these dudes got up there. I'm calling an airship. But what's this?
Clear wires or lighting, either or. Harnessing grounding wire.
Straight from there. Yeah, it goes down into here, and then it looks like it goes down into the middle, down through the tube. So this, and then what are they doing up there? Don't tell me they're cleaning it, because they ain't got no cleaning equipment. Just like these do. What are they doing up there? Apart from that, they've got nothing. They've got no tools. What are they doing?
That wire.
Yeah, or cutting it.
Yeah, no doubt. Disconnecting it too.
And it also shows how strong, how well made all this. They're just standing on these. They're not that thick. So it's all well made stuff.
And
all these
look, it's all that interference around there just from like actual interference, like why it gets all foggy.
Yeah, but still, yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. I need to look into that. But you see it everywhere. This funny, looks like some kind of static field. So this is 1600s. Now, these pictures we get told are fireworks. Are they? Don't know. Maybe. Pretty big if this is a firework, right?
Yeah. Right?
And, of course, coming out of the top of what? What did we just see a few pictures before, right?
Harvesting lightning during a lightning storm, or is that actually crazy fireworks at what time?
Yeah. Just don't know. But I mean, you can see the size of these people, tiny. So, I mean, that's they're very big fireworks if they're fireworks. And same thing. And again, the crown. Woo-hoo. Which and isn't it interesting? We've got the crown here. Well, this crown, right? This, which is probably heck. But here's the monarch, and he's wearing a crown, but it's a different type of crown.
Yeah, that's a very
not to mention,
point.
Of course, that
you don't really see that.
And not to mention that you don't see this a lot. You see it in ceremonies and like coronations and things.
Yeah.
But you see lots of these ones as well, which is you can see. I mean, that's sun symbolism, right? I mean, look, they've even put the sun behind it.
Big time.
So if you took that off and splayed it out, it would make that shape of the sun. But yeah, so what is the crown, right? And of course, the crown is, it's one of those words, right? The crown is also used for the ruling families, and it's also your head. Remember, Jack fell down and broke his crown.
The crown is right on the crown chakra. I swear, it's an amplification.
Exactly, and then they
like it's gotta be like it amplifies.
Well, they often have
the aura.
They often have the gemstones around them, and
Yep.
You know, on the third eye, they have like a gemstone.
Right? Yeah. Even more so. Just pew. I want to wear one. No
This
wonder.
one's called transporting the Vatican obelisk. So this is supposed to be them moving that massive obelisk in the middle of the Vatican that everyone's like, how do you do that? But clearly it's already standing. What did they move? And did they get angels to help them? What's going on? It's very esoteric, isn't it? It's literally called transporting the Vatican obelisk. But look, we've got these dudes on machine, and look what they're lifting up. Tiny little obelisks, right? The size of this thing and this one. Little tiny ones.
And then you have angels.
This guy's got one too. Yeah. And then we've got the angels. They're like, nah, man, we're going to bring in this big tower. Look, and that's even got wires coming off it. Looks like bloody Wardenclyffe, doesn't it? So, I mean, what is all this? What are they trying to tell us? It doesn't look like they're trying to tell us that they installed this obelisk, because it's clearly there, and they're just raising these little tiny ones. Because it's probably all they could do. Antiquitech World's Fair.
Oh, wow.
What is this?
That's like the stolen top from a Bermuda or Burma. What are they called? Not the.
Oh yeah.
Not a pagoda. The other one. I always forget the name of.
Stupa.
You got it. Top of stupa.
And these as well, right? Look at these. See the design? How we've got the.
Right.
It could be like a layering of different. Yeah, like a Faraday.
Radio antennas for sure. I gotta email Global Vision.
Not Faraday, what was it?
Scheduled and get him on. He's the one that fully understands this and has looked into it huge in Russia. It's crazy how far advanced he's gotten on these. He's got a bunch of videos of them like working and all lit up and stuff. And yeah, we got to get Global Vision on.
We do. I will make more pictures in that. Well, there you go. I'm done.
You're done.
So there we go. Pictures. There's all this stuff, and of course, all the pictures that we look at on these channels, they're pictures that are strangely missing from our education system. They're strangely missing from a history class. We don't get shown any of this stuff. We're told any of it. None of it. And why? Why?
And that it's we have to document all the real ones before this new wave of just never-ending AI fake stuff comes out too, and then they try to write it off with that.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's another thing. How long's that been out? That chat page, Chat GT or whatever it is. It's like what, a month? I mean, holy crap, man! People are making. I've seen videos of like I made a full website using AI and. And you know what I saw the other day, which maybe I'll be able to utilize it. There's dudes going out and they're making OnlyFans accounts with just complete AI chicks up. Really? They create a character and then they just and so it's all completely fake. So I'm thinking I could maybe use that for OnlyCams. What do you reckon?
OnlyCams indeed. All right. Let's do it. AI OnlyCams.
Let's do it.
With this guy right here. You can get it on with Rongo Man on OnlyCams. You want it rock hard, okay. You got Rongo Man.
Oh gosh.
I did a close-up on
Let's start again.
Looking through the Rongo that's supposed to be written on it, and maybe it's this stuff and it's just not high resolution enough. Although I've seen some other ones where there's a lot more writing on there. Whoever wants
to... Is that Easter Island or is that somewhere else?
Chat AI or Dolly. Let's have Rongo. Oh, look at this. This is Nazca, Peru, I believe. And this is off like the coastal mountain or dune
That's
or
an
whatnot.
antenna.
Right? Like that is a fractal array antenna, essentially.
Yeah, for sure.
Like plug in right there,
In the ground.
broadcast.
That's bizarre.
We've crashed. Oh no.
Come and get us.
Who knows, right?
We're
But
stuck in the dome. Let us out.
maybe. Oh, what is
Oh,
this?
look at the ray. Is this upside down? That looks like the sun and rays, but it's upside down.
Well,
What is that?
sun and rays, is that a UFO?
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of looks a bit like an upside down face. I don't know. Flying anvil?
It might be upside down. No, these guys are normal. Or they're all facing up on their boat.
Yeah, they're the right way up. Oh, look, see that snake popping up? That there? Yeah, is that energy?
Could be.
Snakes
right?
are often, the symbol of electricity.
Absolutely, they're the current. This is interesting. It's all interesting. These ones. So this, I saw a video a couple years ago of Nassim Haramein, and I think he was with Klaus Donna, and they were with like some Mexican authorities when these all opened up. And then I hadn't really seen anything with it. And then today, YouTube recommended I think it's called like Secret Discoveries channel or something, but they're like part of the Gaia network group. And it actually showed the full length of Nassim Haramein. It was a Gaia production, but it was like an hour and a half long. I shared it on my Crypto Alchemist community page. But it starts out with him in the lab showing some of these artifacts that we're about to scroll through and saying the poly or the resin on it testing is coming back that it's 14,000 years old. So it's like the minimum age of these were apparently 14,000 years old. And they all include a lot of different UFOs and stuff. And what looks like some possible alchemy symbols. Oh, this good old one. And Friesland. Oops.
Friesland.
And we have to with you do the ending of the Oralinda book if we can, because that is just
I need to get onto that. And I actually did an interview, a week ago, 10 days, with a guy from the Netherlands, Chris. I think I put it up on my Telegram. And he's up there, and he's been sort of looking into, Friesland and the Frisians and that. And we didn't get onto it, but he was talking about that there's a building in Amsterdam, I think, and it's got a map of Frisia in the ground, in the tiling. Yeah, but that Frisia doesn't apparently exist anymore. So I need to get him on and have a bit more of a chat. He was talking. Yeah, he because he's in there, because he lives there. He sort of knows a bit more. He's a bit closer. But also, he said that as soon as he started talking about the Frisians, he just got like all these channels and stuff got hammered and taken down, and it was just talking about Frisia and the Frisians. Yeah.
Wow.
So maybe that's me, because I've done about 10 videos on that. So maybe that's why I'm so bad. Who knows?
It needs to come out, the truth of Frisians.
Exactly.
I wonder what language this is, right? Like what runestone with this. Fascinating.
It's early something.
Another one of these Mayan with UFO sort of things.
Mayans.
These new runic languages.
And of course, we've got there's a ton of Christian paintings with UFOs in them too.
Yes, there are. This one,
like 1700s.
Revered
is that
alien skull?
A Conehead, right? A grey Conehead.
Indeed.
Is that dude wearing a holster? Has he got a gun in a holster? Is that a cowboy?
Maybe.
Iron?
Some sort of gun in the holster there, I guess. There's the pet dog, the angel. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that put
Oh
me.
wow, what's that? Is that
Looks
like
it's
it looks like a
he's
picture
putting the
book, doesn't
alien to
it?
rest. And then
Oh,
like
at the
this,
bottom there. Okay, there. Okay, cryogenic state. Oh, okay. It's got the. Oh, it looks like instructions or
or
something.
maybe it's cryo. Yeah, right. Like, what language is this?
Cryo,
This
yeah.
looks in.
They come in the UFO, and then we've got to take them out and put them in their cryogenic chambers so that they can sleep through all the crap we have to live through, maybe, and then they'll wake up when it's all fixed. Buggers.
Yeah, this one was a famous one when the steam first came with the government or the Mexican government in there to see
Yeah,
that.
because
And the comet coming, the
yeah,
UFO pushing it away or something.
yep, got the astronaut there. Oh, is that real?
I don't know if it is, so I went past it. I seen those. That guy apparently went to Egypt. I'm not sure if it's real or not. There's a few pictures of it.
And this is this a language? What is that? A lot of common symbols in there.
Yeah, I believe this is some sort of alchemical spells or something like that, or seals.
Ah, like a grimoire or something. Yeah. Of course,
They
everything
look like
spells. Grammar,
advanced
grimoire.
circuitry.
It does look a lot like circuitry and electrics and antennas and all that kind of stuff, doesn't it? Ohms and resistance and
That
all
looks
that kind
like
of stuff.
science and transistors and
Does
yeah.
look very science. Yeah. And I mean, if we can work that out just by looking at it, we could be completely wrong.
Speaking of
Imagine how much
crowns and
information is encoded in it and how easily they could read it.
yeah, those were sigils.
Oh, this dude won 3 times. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
got
what
his
happened?
three medals, all with crowns. Nice. And again, the
I'm like,
crowns on those medals are different than the crown on his head. I mean, the crown on his head's really a turban kind of thing, isn't it? But see, the crowns on the medals, they're the same as what we've been seeing, that kind of,
yeah,
you know, the shape with the 4
observation there.
bits, whatever you call, and the little center, yeah, but different. And of course, he's got his pole. He's hanging on to his pole, right? Is that a positive pole or a negative pole?
Oh, here's another one of these ones.
Oh, oh my God.
Alien style
Alien
language,
infestation.
right? Like,
Jeez, man. Looks
what
like
happened there?
it burst into a black hole or something. What's going on?
A bunch of dead ones, a bunch of eggs hatching. What's going on there? I don't know. Oh my, look at that.
Wow, man. That
Boom,
could be
shaka,
yeah, we
rock.
might have to just do a show on just those because there's some amazing stuff and they tell a story. Look at those poles, those whatever, I mean, not even poles, are they? What are they? Are they candelabras? Is that got candles on the top of it?
I think smokers. Like,
I mean, look at the size of that. Like the what is it? The Russian Orthodox? Is that right? Russian Orthodox?
Yeah, Russian Orthodox.
Like their churches and basilicas are ridiculous because they haven't been touched much. Look at the stuff that's in them. And this is the thing: who was making this, and where were the mines? Where were they? Where was all the machinery to cast this, to shape it? I mean, come on. They want us to think that was made by some dude sitting in a shattered hammer, right? Who was digging out bits of copper from somewhere and somehow hammering them together. And I mean, it's a dumb story.
Oh, these 3 electrical devices.
The Ankh and
this guy in the hand to collect,
and what's that last one?
This one in the other hand to ground into the ground. Apparently, I guess that's how it would work.
Oh, okay. The other day, Martin showed a picture, and it had like an electrolysis set up, but there was a
Ooh,
dude
nice.
sitting on a chair, and he had one hand in one of the buckets and a leg in the other one. So like literally, he was connected to the cathode and the anode, his body.
Really?
Like, what would that do? Is that some? Yeah, I'm guessing it was some kind of healing modality. I don't know if it worked, but it was pretty interesting. Like literally, the dude, he was part of the circuit.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
geez.
fascinating. I love
Scary.
that sort of idea stuff. This was another one that
Yeah.
supposedly.
So yeah, pretty much.
This was in that Nassim Haramein
The collection.
Gaia show. They used this one as well. So this one apparently is legit, and that looks like alien sleeping with man or some sort of queen turning into alien men, ant-men,
Aliens worshipping another alien god.
Nephilims, probably, if anything, maybe like interesting.
They look like Predator, don't they? Especially that one in the middle.
Yeah.
Look how you got dreadlocks.
The
and
kind
like
of
Predator.
horse they don't have. They look like they have horse teeth, so hopefully they're herbivorous.
That'd be nice if they come running up all scary and they're like, "It's okay, I'm a vegetarian."
Yeah, see, it doesn't really look like they have fangs. It looks like they're herbivorous horse people, maybe. Who knows?
Well, that's nice.
Nice rack, though. Very, very.
Maybe that's where Jacinta Ardern came from. You know, the New Zealand Prime Minister that just quit.
Look at what this guy has. How he has his hand on his heart and up. Like, is this guy coming? He's coming in peace by the looks of it. That's fascinating.
Yeah,
that he's got his hand over and one up and one where our hearts would be.
You gotta be careful though, man. Come down to this realm at the moment in peace, and you might leave in pieces. They're not very accommodating. But that's all about the change, of course. The whole system is falling apart, by the way. If you haven't noticed, it's imploding. They've even had to pull the woke M&Ms off the shelf because no one bought them. They literally bought out M&Ms and they're like, sorry, our two M&Ms aren't good enough. We need a transvestite M&M and a female M&M. And they even had an M&M that had like mental issues, like whatever you call that. And literally, they brought them all out and they were serious. And no one bought them. And they had to apologize and retract it.
Wow.
So there you go. So this is Vedic, ancient Indian. And of course, in the Vedas, there's so many stories, right, of sky wars. People flying ships and having wars. And then, of course, we have Star Wars, which has Darth Vader, right, as in the Vedas, Vedic. So it's very interesting.
It is. Right, and there's another one of it, and that's just like a random, what looks like a flyer or something that they would do, or a copy of a book. Maybe.
Well, you know what the mainstream is going to say? They're going to say that was in Mexico, and it was just two Mexican people throwing their hats. That's all it was.
That's what first thing I thought too. I was like, yeah, right, sombrero.
Sombrero,
the language is not sombrero.
The bird is the plane. No, it's a Mexican sombrero.
Apparently, that's what they're going to claim these were, because these are from Mexico. That's
wow. They don't look like they got funny sort of skulls.
They sure does. I wonder if Paul's gonna find any skulls like this in his Malta trip.
Yeah, well, in the catacomb. Oh wow, that's a skull. I see that. Yeah, wow, that's a carved, what we would sort of call a grey, right? A bit more elongated than we normally see them, but that with the big eyes and stuff, very sort of Whitney Strieber, isn't it?
Looks like it, eh? And an angel carved on the back. Angel alien, apparently.
And the UFO. Oh my god. Oh wow, man. That's what? Oh my god. That I've literally seen those pictures before, but not on that. Like That art and one in the sun. We've all seen the one where he's sitting down with the kids and the sun rays are coming in. So that's probably him and Nefertiti, or the rules before them, and we've got the big cone head at the top.
Who's this one?
And that's a good drawing of a UFO, isn't it?
Right, that's very detailed. And look, the lines, right, the lights in the middle, pew 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 pew.
Portals. So we had Karen Hughes, RIP, came out a few years back talking about Coneheads in the upper echelons of the banking industry, and we know what their biggest control in this realm is. It's money, right, and debt. So is this what happened? Did beings come in from somewhere else and they happen to be Coneheads, and they just thought, well, we're kind of the same height, we kind of the same apart from our heads, we'll just pretend to be human and we'll just take over the banking? Or maybe they came like this picture shows, they're like, hey, look at our flying ships, we're gods, worship us, and sort of got to place, right?
Karen Hughes said
because this is a big question, right?
Before the Atlantis disaster, and the Atlantis disaster kind of set their numbers down. And then Nassim said that these were tested in that Gaia video, that they were about 14,000 years. So that's a couple thousand before the big catastrophe. So, yeah, maybe that's what got them. Very, very interesting.
I mean, you see that is it Prometheus, and that's one of the books that I've sort of thought about writing is after the research. You see that bit on Prometheus, and it's like the one dude sort of walks out of the water, and it's like after the flood. You can just imagine it was the wrong dudes who survived, who made it, right?
Yeah.
And who sort of made it with their stuff intact, and so they took over, and it was just. There is no chance, but you know what I mean? It could just be that simple, right? It was just the wrong people didn't get hit hard.
And it's like, are these the ant people? They look pretty ant-like. Building the pyramids up for the flying queen bees, like. Is that Mother Mary? Mother Mary on top? Is that Harry Mary on top of the pyramid?
Could be, or is it a dude with a beard? But it could be either. And those angels, man, angels with cone heads.
Exactly. Coned out angels. That's about as Nephilim looking as you get, I'd say.
It is, right? Yeah, man. Good cones get you high. Apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the Nephilim.
That's a bit rude. Okay. Wow. Geez, anyone think of a Bible verse that might go with that? Is she screaming?
Right.
Is that supposed to be maybe the bad essence? But I mean, hello. And they saw their women, that they were fine, and they went into them and created children from them, which were like the men of old, the mighty men of renown. I mean, that's what that looks like.
Right, exactly. Like, pretty hard to describe it as anything other than that.
Either that, or it's just like Pornhub from the 2,000 years ago.
Oh my goodness!
Wow, man! Look at those heads.
Again. This one's snake-like.
Clearly depicting something. Yeah, well, almost like the merman we see, right? The Oanu and stuff.
Speaking of a merman, wow! As you said that, I accidentally clicked the next one, and
that merman's had a dreadlock holiday. Either that, or he swum through some seaweed and not had a bath, or her actually.
Like, how old is this and still have a mermaid? Like,
have a mermaid and see, this is the perfect thing for the, they go, oh, clearly mermaids don't exist, so none of this is real, right? Is that got a lock in it? Does that open?
It looks like it.
Oh my God. I wonder if they've opened it. Do you know what that is? That's a CD player. That's a what were they called? Discman. That's a Discman, man.
That original
Only old people
disc.
will understand that reference, but that's a Discman, right? Mobile CD player from the 80s. But everyone thought they were really cool, and everyone went out and bought them. And then after they bought them, they realized, with a compact disc, if you wear it on your hip and you walk around, it tends to skip, and every time you move. So they didn't really work very well.
This one might be forged if
people.
Or unless someone signed it. The mermaid one is suspicious.
Suspicious or just fish? Oh,
right.
What's he doing? Oh, what? Hang on. What's he sucking on? What's going on there?
Oh,
is he sucking that dude's nipple?
All right. Okay, back to what
yeah, no more porn. Let's make this family friendly. Oh, what the? Oh, wow. That's yeah. What's the picture? The Da Vinci.
Man.
What's it called? The man, the something of man.
Yeah, that man.
Wow, it's either that or an orgy.
Indeed.
Sorry, we're not. It's these aliens, man.
Aliens are getting to your head, man. Look at those lips. Woo! Alienita. Looks like the Borg Queen.
Wow, man.
Oh.
And then of course we look at the hat on that dude's head, and what's he emulating? Look at that. What's he emulating? We're having a big head.
Yeah.
Did we just look at?
Exactly. Still to this day.
And we have the same thing with turbans. We have, skull binding, obviously, but so much of this headgear, right? That's
right. That could cover that could cover quite the large skull. Cover one of those up.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. Look at that. And then, of course, they always have to do the thing like make the comedy movie called Coneheads, so that when you try and bring it up, everyone goes, it's just a movie. Exactly. What's he hiding under that? Of course, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, both Coneheads.
Both corners, indeed.
Wow. What's he holding?
Pikachu.
Oh, that's the same symbol. That's the same symbol as the picture with the giant sitting down on the chair, and there's that big symbol, Isn't it? It's like there's a cymatic pattern. That's a cymatic pattern. Is it a frequency, and is that some kind of wormhole?
Portal frequency. The portal hole or the glory hole? I don't know.
That's very, very reptilian looking, though, isn't it?
It is. Oh, back to a weird headed corgi angel thing.
Squatterman.
Yeah, there's Squatterman in there.
Yeah. That's very interesting. God, maybe the resets are just like a really big, noisy landing of a fleet of UFOs. Oh, really? Where's this from? South America?
I am not sure.
And again, back to the Coneheads. Look at the hats on all those soldiers, right?
Yeah.
But that looks like Jesus.
More that Jesus. Sure did. More alchemy sigils.
It just looks so electrical. It just looks like looking at an
Right?
electric book, doesn't it?
I know, right? Like, I'm gonna have to try some of these out
Craziness.
on the electric lab. Oh my!
I wonder how many of those like Ken's got tattooed on his body.
Right? 2/3 at least.
he's covered in like symbols like that, isn't he? Ah, what's he writing? I think he saw
These ones
us.
are the. I always forget the name of these ones. The something stone, Ica stones or something.
Brontosaurus.
The Ica.
Oh,
stones.
Ica stone. Yeah, Ica. Yeah.
This is that famous. The famous Roman nanotechnology glass that just colors because it's got different. Cool.
Oh, hang on, you're breaking up there a bit. What was that?
This is the Roman chalice that has nanotechnology in it. It's got monatomic gold in it, or nano gold in it. So it's green regularly, and if you put a light through it, it turns red. Very advanced technology to make that.
Wow. Clearly made with a copper chisel and hammer. What's going on there? That's a bit like it could just be a nice motherly morning kiss. That's what we're hoping. Or she could be sucking the child's soul out through its mouth.
All right. It looks like it's more. These almost look alchemy like, but not quite. Pretty similar. These little aliens.
Yeah, and I mean it's very runish and sort of bordering on like the Oralinda language and all these languages, right?
Thank you for supporting the show.
I've never actually looked into the etymology. Oh, thank you very much, Fella B. And 367 of you watching. Thank you all for spending some time with us. We do appreciate you all. And it's basically going through some interesting pics, right? Just showing all the tech and the stuff that they were actually building. You know, they tell us now they were just building wooden huts and wheelbarrows with wooden wheels, man. But I mean, that's not what we see.
This guy here,
what
very
here? Yeah, so I mean, this is, I think I want to have a chat with, see what Dr. Longo thinks about this, and J Dreamers as well. I sort of got into a bit with him, but you know, what's at the North Pole? Like, you know, thinking about it, I think there's something there. I think that the magnetic rock or in the middle would still be poking through, and probably bits of the island, but it's clearly been sunk like the rest of the realm, right? When the water rose. So I think there's bits of it out there, but I don't think, you know, there's a civilization there anymore. It'll be underwater. And then, because of course we get the story that, you know, when the waters rose, all the dudes left, man. All these white people suddenly appeared, you know, out in the outer ring. So that's kind of what it looks like happened here. And I was thinking the other day, you know, have you seen a picture of God without a big beard?
Yeah.
Like they've all got big beards, right? And then he's always white. And what's the story? These dudes who came and talk, you know, civilization, like they talk like, you know, animal husbandry and farming and all this kind of stuff. They were the dudes from the north, and they were big, white with big beards. Just saying.
Good points there.
Probably,
very good point.
Probably racist. Don't cut my channel, YouTube. It's just a theory.
You're gonna get us canceled, Campbell. Jeez.
Let's
get back to the conies.
I know, right?
Back to the conies.
After all the work that Woke has done in the last couple of years, and I just enjoy it.
Conies being born.
Okay. Is that a tractor beam carrying someone up? Yeah, wow.
All right. Alien believers happy about this one, I see. No doubt. Bringing it out for you. Apparently, these
Yeah.
are all legit and were found in Mexico. Well,
There it
I
is.
don't know if it was or not, but
Not
this
that one,
might
but that's the Akhenaten one that's very similar to the one that we saw
Coney,
before that they were saying
another
is Mexican.
Coney. Some inverse.
I wonder if they all come from Coney Island.
Or maybe they're going to Coney Island. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Coney killing Coney.
Oh.
Coney killing
my
Coney.
God. That dude at the bottom looks like he's
Kinda.
literally turning into a skeleton as they fight. Or is that guy just fighting a dead dude? Is he just cheating?
Yeah, maybe just
I found a skeleton, man. I beat him to death. Yeah. And is that a big green knife he's got? Like what?
It is. It does look like it. The embalmer. Oh. Interesting.
It's either that or a cod piece.
E.T. went home. E.T. comes home.
E.T. What is it now? E.T. home phone. Because that makes sense.
E.T. come home. This is my star pattern where I live. E.T. home.
Oh, what's he holding? Jeez.
Right? You got a watch or something and playing like the saxophone. This guy jazzes and everything.
I saw the saxophone. He's like those dudes from Star Wars, from the bar scene. You know, the big funny pink heads playing their little saxophone. Oh, what? No.
Is this one legit?
Is that real?
I don't know.
If that's real, then that's pretty amazing. Wow. But I mean, yeah, we don't know if that's real, everyone.
Maybe it isn't.
Well, it's getting more confusing with AI.
That could easily be AI. I don't know. I believe this one is real, though.
Bad rendering, though. Oh. Jeez. Her head's not shaped very well.
She's a triangle head. She's the pyramid one. She's
left leaning, that one. We built these pyramids based on your head. Oh.
What?
Dude, is that Boba Fett? That's Boba Fett with his helmet off.
See, this I don't know. It's
is that old or new? So,
I don't, right? Like maybe this was like made.
We're gonna have to do another show with verified pictures.
Exactly. I think this one's legit.
Ooh.
This one looks legit.
That looks legit. Wow. Yeah, that one. I can't even remember.
Oh, look at this blasting down.
Does it go? No, I can't remember.
Blasting up.
It's one of those tunes that everyone knows, and when you want it, it's gone.
Phone home. He's phoning home.
That's it. I got it.
Coming, he phoned home. What up, Frankie? Good to see you. Look at the edge. What is?
I don't know. The cat.
What's the edge? Oh, no, I guess that's just shadow. The cat.
Yeah, that most of these. I don't know about Colombia, but they're all from South America. Is it South America? I think these are more South than Central. But I mean, it would be the same kind of stuff that they'd find in Central America.
These were more Central America or Mexico. Oh, what is this? Egyptian dude going to the mine, dude, going up to the soul, going away in the spaceship. Egyptian dude to the soul, down in the body, soul goes out the mouth, into this guy's mouth, into the spaceship. And they're saying bye-bye to him.
Oh, my God. Is that the... Oh, God. Hope that's not the reincarnation machine.
Fascinating. That one.
Most of these artifacts, like it's a collection, so we're not sure if these are all the originals, but most of them come from a collection put together by Klaus... what's his surname? Klaus Donner.
Klaus Donner.
So if you check out Klaus Donner, he's actually... And Nassim Haramein as well. If you search Klaus Donner, I think there's like a 2.5 our video of him literally just going through all of these artifacts. And Nassim Haramein as well does good work on this stuff.
This guy looks a little robot-y. Small little lips. Square lips. All square lips. Oh, yes, back to this. Look at that, eh? Like something crazy happened up here.
So what is this? Is this an overlay? What is that we've got?
Yeah, this is an overlay of this
overlaid on Google. On Google Earth.
On Google, I believe. Yeah.
Because that's who are we talking to? That was I think it was Waking Up with Analog, and he was pointing out that that in some of the old maps, it shows land going right up to Hyperborea, but on the maps today, that whole chunk of land's gone. It's clearly underwater.
Could have been ancient Historia too. I want to get both of them together. That'll be epic.
Oh yeah. We did look in there, but it might have been him, but that was only a few days ago.
Oh yeah, it could have been
Historia. Has he hit his $5,000 yet? I think he did. Didn't he?
Oh yeah, he's higher than me already. He's almost at 6.
I'm like, bloody hell, man! These young bloody Gen Xers coming in.
Stupid shadow
man. Bernie.
Anywho, I'm happy for him.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. If he stays on the course, just doing what he's doing, I think he'll be fine because who is Jared Booster doesn't seem to, he seems to not be restricted at all. But he just does books on history. Well, I think I haven't seen him sort of go out and sort of. That's my problem. I talk too much, right? I start talking about history, and before you know it, I'm talking about bloody rulers and stuff, and they're like, "No, you're not allowed to say those things. This is PooTube."
Right, and here we have one of the golden tablets. This one might have been copper of the Crespi collection, or it could be gold and just faded, and because that looks goldish. But one of these, the runic language in these tablets.
It's very runic, and of course, it's very similar to this story that we get from the Mormons of Joseph Smith, who went to South America and was searching for golden plates, right, with information on them. Apparently found them, and they literally, the Crespi collection is full of golden plates with writing on them.
As are the Burroughs Cave, as are
Princess.
There's like 5 others. Forget, but yeah, look at this, right? The same statue, I forget what she's called, and there's been a few of them now that have been dug up, and a few coins with her as well. And look at the Sumerian or Proto-Sumerian.
Oh wow, yeah, Proto-Sumerian, yeah.
Right, so
beautiful. Is it Kali? Is it Kali or Khalifa?
Maybe.
There was a goddess Kali.
Well,
some people got some Kali, and sometimes they say Khalifa, but that's where like California came from, California.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. And we got one side another angel with the baby cone head, pyramid head.
What the hell? Oh, geez, he looks like an angry alien. That one.
All right, like
his teeth, man.
See, right? Like, is this one real, or is this one like they made after?
Yeah, see, exactly. That looks more like a new, like, what do you call it? Like cast sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And there we go. That's what they look like without skin, apparently. It's a bit rude, isn't it? She's Conehead.
That's pretty sure what they were making all those carvings of.
That's it. They were just sitting around all day smoking doobies.
Carving images of that guy. Oh.
There you go. Exactly. So what kind of a... So for all we know, looking at that picture, that dude's head could literally go up near the top of that hat, and we would never know. right?
We
And is
wouldn't.
this why they were introduced? And the other thing I've thought about a lot is just clothes, right? You know, you see all the native tribes that they don't have all this collar to cuff, right? When you see the
No.
1800s and all the controllers come in, they're literally covered from their cuffs to their neck. Can't see their feet. All you can see is their face and their hands. And then they all have bloody top hats. So you can't even see their top of their head. So all you can see is their face and their hands. Everything else is covered. So,
Very true.
Just
No idea who they are.
Not to mention that, collars and cuffs are what you put on slaves, and everyone gets really excited when they get their first suit and they go to the office with their collar and cuffs and their tie around their neck, like a good little slave, right?
Another carving, I guess. Laboratory Katala, so maybe that's the laboratory that did work on some of them. 1,500-year-old, it says, or 15,000. Oh no, 1,500 on that one. My bad.
Oh my god!
I don't know.
So
I was saying 14,000 on some of them.
I heard a rumor that we might be getting live bombed by a couple of people. Is that still happening?
I'm not sure. I gotta go in a half hour. So if they're going to, they should probably come on soon.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. We're 1.5 hours in. Right?
Indeed.
Are you sure you organised it? I think they're talking. That was an hour ago. Yeah, but bloody chats on organic chemistry, man. All this bloody information I've got to catch up on just to bloody continue conversations. It's getting a lot. And talk about knowing bloody chemistry, alchemy, and electrical circuits, and
right, like no wonder.
He's got his crown.
Yeah, look at this.
Hi, Amber. Live bomb. It just means that was a coin that was turned by Bernie. It's when someone's doing a live stream and someone just jumps in the middle of your live stream for no reason. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was doing Spiral Up, and you like jumped in, and you were driving down the road in your car, and you're like, "Hi, just thought I'd drop in."
This is true. I am the stream bomber, the initiator of the stream bombs.
Yeah.
These are more
I'm not quite in my tent yet, but I will be in a few weeks. I'm actually getting a bell tent, so not quite yet, but
giant.
They're very cool. Wow, man. Jeez. And then what else do they say in the Bible, or actually I think it's like the extra canon books, is there's this story of when the Nephilim mated with the human women, that their babies were the giants, right? A lot bigger. So is that the child sitting down and the parents on the lap, right?
Right, exactly what I'm thinking. Like, what else can that be? Before the last reset catastrophe, right? That's all Australia, and look right there.
Wow, that's a good map. That one, that's a good shot, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we will have to go more in depth.
I mean, it looks half sunk there, doesn't it? Those islands look half sunk in Hyperborea in that.
Yeah, through all of here. Yeah. Look at how high up here, Siberia.
Name of that map.
I will indeed. Look at how much more land.
The realm was clearly different. Yeah, it was different, and we've had a flood, and we've lost a lot of land. And we know, right? Like Yonaguni's underwater. The Bay of Bengal is full of sunken cities. The one that we look at in Indonesia. What's it called?
Terra Australis.
I'll remember the name in a minute. But yeah, and Terra Australis, right? I mean, that's clearly a different shape.
Like, yeah, look at all of this.
And of course, they will not teach us this. They can't teach us this because it throws everything that they say out, because they want us to think that everything's a lie. We started at day dot and we progressively got better until now. And so they can't mention resets, because that would give away the game that we've actually been a lot more advanced than we are now. And of course, when people figure that out, that we used to have free energy and no war, they'd be like, hang on, who are you dudes starting all the wars, telling us what to do?
Game over. Look at this other big little.
So hopefully we're getting there.
We are. 2023 is the year we're working on getting out free energy. Oops, sorry. This one?
We are getting off grid, getting free energy, joining South America, getting out of the system, getting into the private.
That's South America, almost connected, right? To Antarctic, Australia.
South America. I mean, Antarctica. Exactly right. And of course, then we have the strange animals in South America and Australia. I actually haven't had a good look into. I'll have to have a look at the bottom end of Africa, but we don't get a lot of pictures where Africa was connected. But this is the thing: connected. Did some of the animals come across and then have a flood? The land bridge is gone and they all get stuck. Right. That's why Australia's got marsupials and stuff that you don't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
Flightless
exactly.
birds.
That maybe
there he is.
Are in the other lands. Reptilian watch.
Exactly.
Kosovo.
That's a what?
This is from Kosovo, apparently.
Oh. Wow. Eastern Europe. Oh, what's that?
Tartaria. Siberia Tatari. Yaschan Tatari. Nogaya Tar. Poshiata Tar.
So I wonder what TAR stands for. What TAR means.
What are these symbols?
What? I mean, that shape of that with those eyes is just everywhere. And those language, that's the same kind of that technical looking language.
Exactly.
And this thing, and obviously the mainstream love to say, well, we can explain that. They're all fake. But I mean, really? Who would sit down and put the time and effort in that you would need to make something like we're looking at now, invent their own language,
right? And it's
right, do all this stuff, go and hide it, right? And all for what? They do it all so that no one knows who did it. They don't make a cent off it. So what's the motivation? So they can sit in their house and giggle that everyone believes them. I mean, it's a stupid story. No one would go to that amount of effort to do this if it wasn't based on something.
Exactly. And this one's another Crespi collection one. And again,
is that a monkey riding a horse?
See the proto. Yeah, exactly.
That's
right.
Angular.
It's a giant sloth.
Oh, is that a skeleton? Go down there. See, is that a monkey riding down the bottom? Go down.
Monkey riding
that's
a horse.
A monkey riding a horse, or maybe a llama. Could be a llama. It's got a long neck.
Could be a llama. Good point. Like uber long neck. This looks like runic language.
And that one's even got the rings on it. The one on the right's got the rings, and we see that in Thailand.
Africa.
There's a tribe that literally elongate their neck with rings.
Same in Africa, actually.
And so that's the question. All these strange rituals and strange, fashion things and body modifications and that, like where do they come from? Why did people start doing it? And it looks like it was to emulate, like if you wanted to be like a god, you would try and get the features of a god. So if they had a big head, maybe you might bind your child's skull so that it looks more like a god, so that you think it'll get placed higher in society or whatever. But it's all for a reason.
Right?
It's not,
Absolutely.
you know, some lady didn't just wake up one day and she's like, oh, I'm a bit bored today. I think I'll just tie a couple of planks of wood to my baby's head, see what happens.
Now look at this.
That's
It's fascinating.
clearly,
Up.
That's skull binding gone wrong, man. That is like a triangle head. If you're going to skull bind your kids, don't give them triangles for heads.
Like,
yeah, right. Like what the hell? And then, you know, on top of this, like these are all old, right? But we've all, yeah, exactly. We've all been shown this stuff in the movies. Like this exact stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
We've all seen tractor beams. We know what they are, right? How do we, like, hello? Oh.
Once again, Soul going up to the UFO, comet coming down or something.
And I want to see an airtight shaped UFO, man. Wow. So is that a representation of him singing or talking, and that's all the information coming out? Because he's got that sort of thing out of his mouth, like a voice bubble.
Exactly.
So I wonder what that says, you know, like. And there's half a squatter man there too, so it definitely looks like an electric language.
Yeah, right. Definitely looks like some sort of electric language. There's stories encoded into these little pictographs, like comet go through a couple of realms. What happened? See, I don't know. Like, was there a whole bunch of these, or were these a whole bunch of these made afterwards? I'm not sure. I gotta look into it more. Maybe they are real. Who knows? That would be weird.
I mean, that one there does look like it could be old, yeah. But then you got the question of how could they make that when it, you know, if it is old, and what was it base? Oh, is that a hand coming up under his?
Yeah, holding the lion.
Ouch.
Holding the puma. This guy would be
I say, all right, squeeze.
That guy would be a giant if that's all real. A puma? Crazy. Who knows? Oh, we got a Mexican 5 peso next to this.
Oh. 5 cents. So and that's the other thing. A lot of these stones that we see in that, they're not that big, which makes
all
describing them all the harder.
Exactly. Oh, they are definitely shadow banning us. No doubt about that.
They are banning my
here's
shadow.
Another one of this map. Here's another one of the same one. Just different color, different info. I'll try to get the highest quality of it for you and send it.
Yeah.
Russia.
Ataria. Turkmenistan.
Cumin. Yeah.
Capsicum seeds there.
Armenia.
Lithuania.
Lapland. Russia. Oh my God.
Wait, what year is that? So that can't be that old, that one. Probably
like
50 years, 200.
Not even. Yeah, look at this.
Oh, yeah, see, look at the size of that. But look at the intricacy. Yeah, look how well it's carved for something that's...
Like, these would be so hard to do those holes without chipping. Like, that's nuts. And they're on all of them. Perfectly fine.
Yep. Even that line around the outside being so close to, you know, the outside. I mean, there's no chips in that at all.
Nowhere.
Like that's a cut. That's a cut line, and then they're drilled holes. That's not someone sitting there with a bloody chisel or something hitting that.
Yeah, it's like your freaking laser engraver.
It's like a Dremel, one of those little Dremel tools you get. Oh.
Oh wow! Is this a
Oh.
golden tablet or
Oh.
copper tablet? Must be.
Did aliens start the KKK? Dude, it's a bit ominous.
Indeed.
Okay, can I please have my bedding?
Was he holding baby, like a little baby thing? Is that what he was holding?
They're always offering their firstborn, apparently, to the sun.
Offering.
To
All his blood sacrifice.
I don't know. I don't.
No, that one. That's
Oh,
very
wow,
similar
look
to
at
the other
this.
picture we see.
That's something.
I mean, there's a theme to these.
Yeah.
There's a theme here.
Definitely.
And of course, the other thing is, these haven't been released. This is not common knowledge that these stones exist. So,
exactly.
As far as this made and fake, well, it hasn't been released. If it was made and it was fake, and they wanted this to get out, they would be promoting it. They'd be bloody, be all over YouTube and Guy. But this is all repressed information. That's why we're shadow banned, because we show this stuff, right? We're not supposed to.
Exactly. Like, look, this is Sumerian or Proto-Sumerian with more clear alien dudes coming down.
I just want
The eyes, man. Jeez. Looks like E.T., that one, doesn't it? E.T. home phone.
It does.
Elliot. Oh.
That's very interesting.
What is that? Go out. Is that the Mediterranean? Or is
North
that
America? This is North America.
Is that North America? Oh. And is that
That's North America. That's Hudson Bay, that's Baffin Island.
Oh, so that bottom that's up near Canada. Because see that bit jutting out, that's California before it became an island.
This would be like I'm in an ocean where I live.
Just below it.
Water.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just below you can see California. So that's up in Canada.
Yeah.
And that's not even really where the Great Lakes are, is it?
Or,
it's kind of
Alaska there. That
west.
could be Alaska. Weird.
See that
oh no, that's
peninsula?
That's California. Yeah.
That'd be California, that peninsula. So that'd be
Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
And there's been so much natural or whatever man-made terraforming here. It's ridiculous.
Man, dude, exchanging with alien, popping out kid.
Alien again, right? They came down from above or in from somewhere. I mean, if you're coming in a spaceship or an airship or whatever, then you're coming
like,
down.
No, I lost my wife.
Mated with women. Yep, had mated with women, made giants. And then we find ourselves under this control system of these weird people that we don't know who they are really. We don't know where they live really. Like you couldn't find the Rothschilds if you wanted to. Like you couldn't. Where do these people even live? We don't. They're not us. They're a complete. They keep themselves separate from us. Like as that they want to be the ruling class. And is that So did people come down and like, hey man, we're gods. Look here, have a trinket. See, I'm a god. Have an iPhone. Woohoo! See that? Yeah, magic. And then they take off and they leave a few of them behind. They're like, here you go. Keep this lot under control and just send us, this and this and this amount of resources every year, and we're good.
Let's send us your gold.
And yeah, some native offspring. They tend to like that. Oh.
I think that one's a Russian style.
Oh, and he's got a ball. He had an orb in one hand too. And we see a lot of angels with swords, don't we?
We do.
But why do angels need swords if they're angels? Why don't they have pens? Don't they know that the pen is mightier? Someone brings out a sword on you, all you need to do is grab a pen and you're fine. It's much mightier than the sword.
I believe the
Don't
sword.
take that. Legal advice, please. Please consult your local martial artist before accepting any of my advice about protecting yourself. Because the pen may not work. Just saying.
Indeed. Oh my. Small little one.
A lot of flow.
All
isn't
right.
there? A lot of sort of
I'm gonna have
weird
to
stuff.
wrap this up though, as my lovely partner.
Yeah. Oh
Amber
my
has
gosh,
been
that went fast,
waiting.
man. That's an hour 50 already. 360 of you still watching, so thank you for being here with us. Hope you enjoyed that. Bit of a romp through some interesting pictures.
Part 2 worth of this folder to go on the next one, so don't you worry. I have been collecting, doing my homework.
All right, we will be back, and yeah, we'll get a bit more of the story and a bit more of the verification and get into a bit more. But this is the stuff everywhere. And then we've got the Ica stones, we've got the Droper stones, we've got, you know, like there's collections like this right? The Crespi collection, they're everywhere, but they're all hidden. So stay with us, and we shall unhide them for you. We are Phillips.
Indeed, brother. Indeed. And thank you, everyone. Oh, we are not gods. We are all gods. I am God, but so are all of you. You all are. And
we're all
under
of
the high
God. Indeed.
Much.
Alrighty, guys. So we will be back hopefully Tuesday. It really depends on Bernie's sleeping habits, but we'll say
I
Tuesday.
will be good for next
but who knows?
Tuesday.
We may be back on before.
We might be back with
we'll
Paul
also organise something with Dutch City. Yeah. Hopefully with Paul, Dutch maybe. But we will be back on a screen near you in the near future. So thank you for joining us. Have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.